All right, so Laura's very excited about this day. She's been waiting on it for a while.
Yep.
What are we doing?
Spear fishing.
Spear fishing.
Spear fishing.
I don't know. You don't seem too excited.
I got 2 toys.
There you go. So we got that. And I'm trying out my new underwater camera.
Ooh,
We're hoping to get you some good shots.
For all of us.
Yeah. Hopefully it's a good day. Alright guys, today we are going spear fishing, and Ricardo here is with spearfishingbaja.mx. We'll put a link down below and in the show notes and everything. So thanks for having us over.
You're welcome, guys. Welcome.
Hey, thank you. So
for joining us.
Yeah, no problem. You're the manager of the shop.
That's right. I'm the manager of the shop. I take care of all the reservations, tours. If you have any doubts about spearfishing, you can contact me and we can put you in the water.
Cool. All right. So what kind of tours and stuff do you offer? Is it just spearfishing, or do you other stuff?
We focus specifically in spearfishing.
Okay.
You know? So we have 2 basic tours, which are half day reef and a full day of blue water.
Okay.
You know, the reef is a half day because we can go near here. Blue water is a full day activity. We have to go offshore, and it's mostly for people with experience.
Right. So we are not experienced at all, and so you can take us from beginner and show us how to do everything?
That's the idea. So the plan today is to teach you guys everything about the gear, you know, teach you the basics of spearfishing, the free diving. You know, so this is going to be a lot of learning, a lot of introduction. Obviously, spearfishing is a lot to learn in one day, but the idea is that by the end of the day, you guys feel comfortable and you still have a chance to shoot a fish today.
Okay.
You know?
So what kind of fish are we shooting for today?
Well, we focus on 2 different types of fish. You know? We focus on game fish, which are the typical sport fishing fish, like snappers, groupers, jacks, mackerels, all those types of fish that are very common in sport fishing. But we also target some other species that are not so common, but are also very good to eat.
Okay.
You know? Like triggerfish, big eyes, pompano, smaller fish maybe, but super tasty, and that you can get spearfishing. Some of them you can only get spearfishing.
Okay. Well, hey, we're excited about it. So thanks for coming. Oh yeah.
I'm excited about it.
She's super excited about it. So she's been wanting to do this forever. So.
Yeah. So we're gonna go over some of the different equipment that we're gonna use.
Okay, so these are 2 basic reef guns. Like we said earlier, we're gonna go to the reef today. So this is the type of guns that we use here. You know, this is a wooden gun, reef gun, and this is called or known as a rail gun. They are both great guns. No, the reason we use wood is because this they can stand a little bit more harder treatment. Reasons for each material. The wood is very resistant to the water. It can be maintained. It can be renewed with just oil. Also, this gun, when it's in the water, it becomes neutral. Even though it feels heavier than the rail gun right now, once it's in the water, it's gonna be light. You know, it's gonna be neutral, and it's gonna be very easy to move around. You know, the rail gun, it's light, it's compact. These guns, the wooden guns, normally have this soft butt.
Yeah, that would match.
That is made for loading. No, this thing can be loaded on your hip, or it can be loaded on your chest. The rail guns don't have this butt, so you can't really load them in your hip.
How long is the line in these?
This it's about I think it's 5 feet, 5-6 feet.
Okay.
Plus the shaft, we have a range of around 9 feet.
So does that determine how close or far the fish needs to be from me when I'm determining?
Yes, you want to shoot fish that are very close to you. You want them to feel close, you know. So we always recommend shooting something that is around 4 to 5 feet in front of you. I mean, it has to feel within range.
Okay.
It's better to wait and for a second chance than just to make a wild long shot that you're gonna miss.
Okay.
You know? The system we use for these guns, as you can see, these guns have no reel. So the way we work with these guns is in the back we have this loop where we connect a float line. You know, a float line, it's a lifeline that goes connected to a buoy like this. So the whole system consists of the gun, the float line, and then the buoy. That way you have one whole system connected from the surface to the gun. You know, this works for 3 major reasons. You know. First reason is you shoot a big fish takes off, you can let it go, and you can just follow the buoy afterwards. Yes, exactly. You always have to all your gear secure. Also, just any chance you happen to drop your gun goes to the bottom, it's still connected to the buoy, you don't have to worry about it. You know? And the last, and I think one of the most important reasons, is for safety.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like scuba diving.
We are gonna be close to shore, so there's gonna be boats passing sometimes. So it's necessary to have a buoy as a spotter so they can see that we are in the water.
So another thing with this line, it doesn't look like any rope. So there's safety involved with that too, right?
It is. The reason we have this thick line, and somebody may wonder like why this heavy line and why not just any string or rope. The reason for this is one of the major issues in spearfishing can be tangling with your own gear, you know? So we use this thick tubing because it's not easy to tangle with, you know?
Right.
And also the tubing has a line inside which it gives it the strength in case something's pulling. You can see a better example how this
like
is tubing with the line inside, and the tubing also helps it to float, you know? So it's very important to be safe, and tangling is one of the major issues that can happen while spearfishing.
All right. Is it time?
All right, you ready?
Yeah, I'm
let's
really
do
ready.
it. All right, guys, let's go spearfishing. All right, so this is where we're going to be shooting today, huh?
Yes, this is Chileno. That one over there is Chileno Bay, and that one over there is part of the marine park.
Okay.
So we are like in between Chileno and Santa Maria area.
So there's a marine park that way and a marine park this way.
Exactly.
Where we are.
So we are in the middle, and we are outside the protected areas.
Okay.
Right? Over here, all inside this bay, there is a lot of rock structures. And obviously, this rock structures is where the fish congregate. So that's where that's what we're looking for, and that's where we're gonna start spearfishing.
Okay.
So we're gonna jump in, and we're gonna move along those rocks, and hopefully we're gonna have to find something.
Cool.
We're making ceviche, remember?
So kind of go over the kit again with us, and I'd like to kind of know about the safety issues. I mean, you have multiple people in the water. I don't want to shoot anybody. I don't want her to shoot me.
How dare you?
Yeah, so I mean, how does this, if you go ahead.
All right, guys, so yeah, so we are about to jump in the water, so safety, you know, it's a weapon, so it's a gun, we have to treat it as such, so the same rules that apply to a weapon apply to a spear gun. No pointing at anybody, don't keeping your hand in the trigger, so there are proper ways of holding these guns while we are in the water, you know? The proper way to hold it while you're swimming is to hold it by the center. You know? If you hold it by the center like this, when you're swimming on the surface, your body is horizontal in the surface. The gun is always going to be pointing towards the bottom. You know? So you're swimming like this, you're moving forward, and the gun is pointing to the bottom. You know? Something that you don't want to do is if you grab it like this, you're swimming like this, you're gonna create a lot of drag. This is gonna be difficult to move through the water. Plus, this is gonna have a tendency to make you point the gun backwards. No, so suddenly you just forget about it, and you're swimming with your gun pointing back and just pointing at someone. No, to transition into shooting, you just move from here to here. No? A lot of people think that because it has this butt here, you can put it on your shoulder and shoot it like a rifle. But this, like we mentioned before, is more similar to a crossbow or is a gun. So you have to shoot it like a gun. That means you have to extend your arm, lock your elbow, and we like to put the other hand in the back for support and a little bit for aiming and stabilization. This gun have a little bit of recoil. It's not a lot, but it's still good to have this extra support so you don't just get surprised by that kickback. So like we said, before we're gonna be using the float line system. So like this little thing in the back, we're gonna connect to this float line, and then we're gonna connect it to the buoy. All right, now you have everything connected. Once you shoot, the shaft is going to be expelled and it's going to be attached to this line. So what I'm going to teach you right now is how to put everything back together. All right, so now you've taken your shots. You have your spear and your gun separated. You need to put them back together. All right. So there's the easiest way to do this is to follow this simple steps. Grab the gun on your left hand, the shaft on your right hand, and you grab everything by the center, as you can see. Now, then you have to start with the bottom of your shaft. You put it under this bands, through this bands,
Okay.
and into this gap or channel that is on the gun. So if you keep your hand on the center of the gun, you can just wrap your thumb around it and slide it all the way down into the mechanism. Once it's in the mechanism, you have to give it a little push, and it's gonna lock in place. You hear that click, then you can double check. All right. Now, next step is to set this shooting line. So the shooting line goes parallel to the shaft from here. So you start in the front of the gun. You put it under this line holder, over the shaft. This keeps the shaft in place. Then you put it through this gap, and then you pull it all the way down to the line release. This thing right here holds the line, and once you pull the trigger, this is gonna let the line loose. All right. So as you notice, it's a little bit short. So this gun has a bungee on the front. Has a bungee right there. So you pull this, you put it on top of the line release, and now everything is back in place. Now after this, we're gonna start loading the gun. Only when we're loading the gun, it's a good idea to put the safety on, just in case. It's very important that we remember to take the safety off. Every time, all the time that we are in the water, all the time that we're gonna be hunting, we want to be ready to shoot at all times. It's a rookie mistake that happens to everybody, that you're swimming, you see a face, you try to shoot, and then the safety's on. It happens to everybody. So we have to remember to take the safety off and be ready to shoot at all times. So a gun like this, you can load on your hip. Also, you just have to find just a comfortable spot on your hip where it's not gonna slide. And then you can start putting the bands in the gun, in the shaft to load. First, put a little bit of tension on the band so you can get a good grip on it. Then you want to grab one side of the band from underneath without touching the line, just grabbing the rubber as low as you can, and then you just grab the other side the same way. So in one movement, you put it there. Well, it's hard, it's kind of tight, but it's just a matter of getting used to it. It's not so much of the strength. You do the lower band to the first check string, then the top band all the way to the back. Something very important to go over when spearfishing is that we're not gonna just go there and kill everything we find. No, we're gonna see a lot of reef fish. We're gonna see a lot of species that are not good to eat. So we have to respect all the animals that we don't want to catch. Spearfishing is the only selective form of fishing, meaning that you can pick exactly what you want to take home to eat.
That fish is a pompano.
Got one. Fish.
Good job.
Cool.
Our guides, Ricardo and Jonathan, can go really deep and stay down for a very long time. So Laura's still out looking for her own fish, but Captain Rui.
Hi there. How you doing?
He's the one that took us out today on the boat. Thank you so much, sir. Appreciate
Thank you. Welcome.
And he's gonna start making the ceviche of the fish we just caught.
With the king mackerel Sierra.
What is that one?
King mackerel Sierra. Okay.
So we got a king mackerel. That's the best part of the job, huh? Is getting fresh fish all the time?
Yeah. Delicious.
All right, now that he's filleted the fish and chopped it all up, now it's time to add the limes, yeah?
Now it's time to cooking with the lime on for like 25 minutes.
Yeah.
And onions. The onions.
There's the onions too. This smells really good. Just a few peppers, cucumbers, and tomatoes, and we were in business. What'd you say the best way to eat ceviche?
Yes, with tostadas.
Tostadas.
Tostadas, yes.
All right. Sounds good to me.
What do you think? This was one of our hot sauces on our challenge too.
No, nothing better. That's good.
Deja vu.
All over again.
Warm my mouth up. Yours?
Doesn't get any better than that. Fresh caught fish made in a ceviche with all the beer.
Oh yeah.
Doesn't get any better. Here's the sport fishing. I mean, spear fishing. Sorry. Spear fishing. I mean, who knew? It's a great fun. It's a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Come down and see these guys. Spearfishingbaja.mx. Great group of guys. And in the show notes, you can see the link. I'm gonna come back when I come back. All right.